Here we are again. We're going to be testing more MREs today. And today I have my two boys with me. I'll show you them in just a second. But we're going to be testing out...
This is me.
Yeah, that's you, Maddie. We're going to be testing out a daily field ration from Ukraine. So let me show you that here.
This is me.
There's my two boys. There's Matthias.
And there's Iggy.
Say hi, Iggy.
And here's my bubble shooter.
And there's this bubble shooter. But more importantly, here is the Ukrainian MRE. And it has two sides. One in Ukrainian. You can see the symbol of the Ukrainian Armed Forces there. The other side, thankfully, is in English. So this is let's see. It tells you what's in these things. This one, according to the sticker, is number 11. So if we look at number 11, we see it has hardtack, fun, biscuits, somehow that's different from hardtack, other biscuits.
There's some bubbles that flew straight past you.
Yeah, and then we have buckwheat soup with pork, rice porridge with pork, vegetables, green peas, and corn, pot barley porridge with chicken, vegetables, and mushrooms, potatoes with beef, vegetables, and sweet peppers, and then coffee, tea, sugar, honey, jam, stuff like that. So let's get this open here, and we'll see what we need to do to cook this. Okay, so we're going to open this here, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, Maddie, should we see what's in these? So it came with 3 separate rations, a breakfast ration.
I washed the table like that.
A dinner ration, which they mean probably lunch, and a supper ration. Like a lot of places in Europe, especially Eastern Europe, lunch, dinner is their biggest meal. So that's definitely the heaviest one. So in the breakfast, we have the hardtack. We have the pot barley porridge with chicken, vegetables, and mushrooms. In the dinner, the lunch, we have hardtack again. We have biscuits. We have the buckwheat soup with pork. And we have the potatoes with beef, vegetables, and sweet peppers. And then in the supper,
Me, Matthias.
you, Matthias, we have the hardtack and biscuits. We have rice porridge with pork. And then tea and stuff like that. So let's start with the breakfast ration. Okay, so we got the breakfast ration open. Now we kind of have an issue here. All of this, there was English on the outside. There's no English on this stuff. It's all Ukrainian. Now, I took 6 years of Russian, so I recognize a lot of these words because Russian and Ukrainian, as much as they'll tell you otherwise, is pretty much the same. So this is kasha. So this kasha is porridge. So this is that pot barley porridge. Obviously, this is the hardtack here. Kind of just the crackers. Kava. Kava's that. So that's his kava. Kava's coffee, like you see over here. So that's instant
Yeah,
coffee.
this is my hand.
That's Maddie's hand.
Here.
Sukor. That's a sukor. That's sugar.
This is my hand.
Yep. Got a little salt. And then we have, I think this is like a wet wipe. So we're going to open the porridge. We're not going to heat it up. We're just going to try it cold like most people are probably eating it. And we'll try that with the hardtack. And we'll see what it's like. You ready, Maddie?
No.
Okay, so that is what it looks like out of the packet. What do you think? How does that look, Maddie? Let me kind of break it up and then we'll try it. Okay, I've broken it up and I put what they call the hardtack out. One thing for certain, this is not old school hardtack. It's not nearly that dense or hard. It's really just kind of a thick cracker. But so porridge in like Eastern Europe, it's not what we think of as like porridge. As you know, in America, when we hear porridge, we think oatmeal, like, you know, maple and brown sugar oatmeal. porridge to them is a much heartier rice or barley and meat, thick soup basically. So their breakfasts are very hearty, have a lot of meat, and are mostly savory. Maddie, smell it. What does it smell like?
Rice.
Here, let me give it a sniff here. Definitely more like dog food than rice. But what about you, Hope?
That's interesting.
Okay, Maddie, here, take the spoon and take a bite.
Kind of tastes like dog food.
You've never tasted dog food. Did you want to take another bite?
No.
Do you want to try the cracker? Here, here, Iggy.
I took a bite with it, but
You want to take the?
I think that's so yummy.
Yeah, you'd like the cracker? You can take the.
No.
Not a fan of it?
No.
Yeah.
Here's some bubble digging.
Okay. Now it's my turn. So I have a piece of. So there's actually quite a bit of meat in here. This whole thing is a big chunk of chicken.
Throw that bubble out.
The chicken's kind of just canned chicken. The consistency, the texture is weird because it's cold. So any of the fat that was in it has gelled, so it's really kind of gelatinous. Warmed up, heated up, that would be a lot better. The texture would be, but the flavor is actually... The flavor is pretty good. I mean, that's a hearty breakfast there. Let me try the hardtack.
Here's some bubbles, everyone.
Flavorless, dry.
Yeah, that's the part that I didn't like.
It's like a saltine that's 3 times as thick. What you'd probably want to do is if you'd want to heat up, if possible, the porridge. And while that's heating up, you'd probably want to throw the hardtack in it to soften up, soak up, and get some flavor. Or maybe just, if it's cold, just take part of the gelatinous and throw it on the hardtack.
Do you see bubbles, guys? Bubbles everywhere.
You could do a lot worse for breakfast. So, all in all, it's not too bad. Let's move on to lunch. Okay, so here's the dinner/lunch spread. So, we see more of the hardtack here. But we still have these little rye pieces of toast. They call them biscuits. So we got that. This is the, so that literally just is soup right there. So this is the buckwheat soup with pork. And then this is, let's see here. This is the cartolia. So that's the potatoes. I think like with beef and vegetables. So, and then instead of coffee, they have tea. But, and this is probably the insulting thing. Instead of like Ukrainian or Russian chai, they put in English breakfast tea. That's got to kind of piss them off, I bet. That's funny though. That they just put, so the back is in Ukrainian. That says English breakfast tea in English, but the back is Ukrainian, huh? More sugar. They actually gave you pepper with lunch. You only got salt with breakfast. You got here some more salt. And there's that. So let's get it on a plate and give it a try. Okay, I'm back here with the intrepid Matthias. Who's being sit. You can see what he generally thinks of these. Okay, so here's the lunch spread. Now, does it look? So that's the... Did you just hit your head? Okay, so that's the pork soup. That's the potatoes and beef.
Hey. That's Mina over there.
Yep. Should we have Mina try some of this? Anyways,
I was pretending to puke out the food.
so even though it may not look the most appetizing, they get a lot of food actually in these Ukrainian MREs, which is good because they're not cheap. So yeah, and there's Ignatius. Say hi.
Hi.
So these are not cheap. I actually bought this twice. Why? Because I paid $80 for it on eBay to have it shipped to me. And that was the second time. The first time I paid for it was with my tax dollars for the Ukrainians. But at least for as expensive as it is, they're getting a lot of food. So that's breakfast. This is lunch, and we'll see what dinner is here in a little while. But let's give this a try. Matthias, come over here. Come over here, bud.
What?
Time to try this.
I'm just trying to wait for you.
I know. Here.
Oh.
Yep, he's not a big fan. So let's, I'm not going to give that big piece of pork to Philomena, but. You want more? She seems okay with it, but she's okay with most things. So, okay. So you don't like the pork soup. You want to try the beef and potatoes? Here, try the beef and potatoes. Yo, okay, that did not even touch your tongue. Come on. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're at the point where Maddie's gonna spit out everything. Iggy, you want to try some? Okay, come here.
Just set the rate down, babe.
Okay, Iggy doesn't want to try any, so I'll try some. Okay, Iggy changed his mind. He's being helped into a seat. Oh, you want to sit that? Okay, he did change his mind. Well, he did, just again. Okay, my turn. Okay, so here's the pork soup. This is a piece of pork. The texture of the pork isn't as good as what the chicken was. The flavor's good. I mean, it's just kind of a pork and potato soup. So let's try the beef and potatoes here. Okay. That has a different flavor. I'm not sure what that flavor is. Could use salt. Believe it or not, this preserved packaged food is not as salty as you'd think, actually. That has I don't know what that flavor is. I did try the rye toast off air. It has good flavor, but it's hard. You'd want to soak it in something. Okay, here are the supper options. So kasha risova, so that's a rice porridge with pork. We have wheat little toast biscuit things. The hardtack again. Honey, sugar, English breakfast tea, salt, and more wipes. So let me put it on a plate for you guys. Okay, Maddie, you want to try the little wheat toast?
Yep. I'm going to take a piece.
Okay. It's hard, it's crunchy, but does it taste good?
Well, it tastes fine. It doesn't really have any flavors to me.
Is it kind of bland?
Yeah, everyone, I'm still a little, I got sick one day and I'm still a little sick.
You didn't have to do that. Here. You want to try this?
Nope.
You don't want to try that? Okay.
Actually, I want to try it. Okay, kind of like the stuff you make.
Yeah? Want to try more?
Mm.
So you like this one?
No, it's your turn.
You want to try it, Iggy?
No!
You want to try it? Okay, never mind. You want to try the toast? Okay. Okay. Oh.
Doesn't it taste bland, Dicky? Oh no!
Oh, Iggy likes the toast.
Dicky like the boast.
Okay, my turn. Okay, so the once again, you really want to soak that because man, that is hard.
Madam! What?
It's just wheat, so it's not as flavorful as the rye one earlier, but it has a little bit of a buttery flavor, so it's not too bad. So now here's the pork and rice porridge. Of all of them, this is the most bland. There's really no flavor to that. But you definitely want to throw some of the salt on there. And I just realized what that flavor and the beef and potatoes was. That one had sweet peppers. Yeah, there's little, you can't really see. There's little bits of color in there. That's sweet pepper. And that actually gave the beef and potatoes a pretty nice flavor. So, all in all, here, let me just kind of show you what the whole day's food would look like for a Ukrainian soldier. So you have your breakfast, barley porridge. You have your lunch, so that chicken and barley porridge. Your lunch, barley and pork soup. Also with lunch, you have beef, potatoes, and sweet peppers. And then for dinner, you got a rice porridge with pork, along with a mix of tea, coffee, honey, sugar, salt, etc. So all in all, there's actually quite a bit of food. It's something like 3,500 calories. So definitely enough to keep you fighting. It's all very hearty. Meat, potatoes, rice, barley, wheat, rye, all that sort of stuff. Very, very Eastern European, I guess. But not crazy different from what we eat here in the Midwest. Maybe more porridge, but all in all, meat and potatoes, very hearty. Not a lot of flavor, but could be worse. So if you ever wanted to know what your tax dollars are buying, besides, missiles, drones, artillery shells, buying a lot of meat and potatoes, I guess. So the Russian MRE should arrive actually tomorrow. And then we will try that and tell you which one we like more. It's going to come down to which one my son Matthias spits out less. So far, he spit out everything but one dish in this meal. So we'll see if he does more or less of that in the Russian MRE meal. But anyways, thank you very much. Maddie, want to come say goodbye to everyone? Hold on. Okay, Maddie, say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Say thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Maddie. Okay, well, anyways, thank you all for watching, and have a good day.